Maine Realtor Andy Moores. Thanks a lot for joining us on the Maine Real Estate Channel. Maine Lakefront log home. Is that what you might be interested in? Or do you know of someone looking for a place on the water up in Maine? Please share this video, or you might be enthused to learn about it. What is the gut? We know you're busy. 165 feet of frontage. You're on a peninsula, which is like being on an island. It's a dead end, so there's no traffic. You're surrounded by water. You just feel like you're all by yourself on Maine's 8th largest lake, East Grand Lake. What else? 3 bedrooms, brand new, standing seam roof. We call it Teddy Tin because Teddy Byther puts it on. I don't really know who else does do it up here, but boy, he does a great job. I can speak from personal experience. No, I don't get paid a fee to say that. He's not my cousin. He just does a good job, and it'll be the last roof you're ever going to have to worry about. It's a Katahdin cedar log home. Cedar, not pine. You don't want pine. That warps and checks, doesn't have the insulation value. Cedar grows up in a tough neighborhood, a swamp. You want cedar, is what I'm trying to get around. I'm not going to dance around the topic. What else? You've got no wear and tear on this one. 2 storage sheds, about 3/4 of an acre of land, and about 1,225 square feet. It is nice. Do I wish we had a lot of these to tout, to promote? Yes, I do, because there's just never enough waterfront, let alone a Maine log home on a big Maine lake. Stay tuned. This one's on Davenport Cove, Chadwick Point. That's where we're headed. We're headed down US Route 1 going through Weston to look at this Maine log home on a big lake in Weston, Maine. We're going to actually get to it by going up through Danforth. Used to have to go by boat from Davenport Point or rideouts. Here's where you take the sharpest left-hand turn. It's kind of like a 45-degree angle. This is the road into Chadwick Point. Are we going to be able to get all the way in? I don't know. Are we going to be able to walk across from rideouts to Davenport Cove to Chadwick Point? Not today. There's not that kind of thickness on the ice. This is like mud season. Spring kind of thaw from winter. We're not quite there yet, but there's a tug of war between winter and spring. Spring will win out. And then the older you get, the faster these seasons change, right? Yes, I drive a Jeep. I love Jeeps. I'm not out to make a commercial for Jeep. When you're young, it's fun to go to all these faraway hidden places like a mountain goat and then get out. When you get older, you think, go as far as you can in 2-wheel drive, then put it in 4-wheel drive and hightail it out of there. It's not a lot of fun getting a wagon jack, come along, winches. I gotta go do other stuff like cut this video up and get it uploaded, so I don't want to be stuck. Share your stories about getting stuck and getting out. And are you listening, watching where you even get snow? Probably not if you're in Fort Lauderdale or somewhere in Arizona, although there are elevations in Arizona, up at Flagstaff and areas. But did I ever get stuck before, just as an offside while we're going in this 3+ miles? Oh, sure. One time in high school, Mark McNutt and I had a bright idea to get a Christmas tree up on Reservoir Hill. Spent the whole weekend trying to get unstuck. Spent more time helping the people trying to help me get out. What happened? Well, it was an F-150 Ford that had the hubs that you lock in, you get out and turn them in. It wouldn't turn in. It was too cold, and they were not helping the whole pull in and push out. So pretty much like a beached whale. But we got it out Sunday night. It took the whole weekend. But you find out all the friends that get together that want to help you. There's no shortage of people in a small town. You put your hood up in a parking lot, Holy cow, look at all the Mr. Goodwrenches that show up. They just want to help. Is it like that where you live? Is it small town friendly? Do you feel like you're really in a large family than a small town? That's the feeling, the vibe that you get up here. That's no spin. That's why I live here, and I think that's why a lot of people are attracted to Maine. So hopefully we'll get in here. So far so good, but don't get cocky. We are going to look at a Maine lakefront log home. Something that you could use 4 seasons. If you're going to be in here in the winter, you'd probably get a Fisher plow to drop. I've got one of those. I didn't bring it all the way down here, and I don't think we're going to need it. Fingers crossed. This is 105 North, the Chadwick Point Road. You definitely can get everywhere on a 4-wheeler or a snow sled. Winter runoff from the snow. You and I made it. We're at 803 Chadwick Point, East Grand Lake in Weston, Maine. This is where you enjoy meals. Talks early in the morning, having coffee. Late at night, maybe drinking something a little cooler. I'm going to need this today. You're going to have some black flies for a little while, and then it all kicks into gear. The animals take over eating them. This is a screened-in porch, so even if you got a few rainy days in the summer, you've still got a cover. You can have some really good feeds, and this is where you gas grill. I'm telling you, this is the time of year to look at lakefront. How come? Because if you wait till like July, when everybody's on the hunt and everybody's got their camps hooked up and ready to market, guess what? No pressure. You've got about 20 minutes to decide, do you want to buy it or not? That's the kind of frenzy with Maine Waterfront. This is a log home, a waterfront property in Weston, 803 Chadwick Point Road. It just dead ends. There is no traffic. There are no trick-or-treaters. Medium rare, or actually rare, works for me. How do you like your steak? Looking over the lake, grilling, chilling on your screened-in front porch. See the purlins? This is a cedar log home. Maine log home waterfront places are rare. This one's in perfect shape. You have the screened-in front porch for an entry. You have a side door to come in. See the beautiful wood floors? How this is all open? Your dining room is underneath a catwalk. There's a balcony to the bedrooms on each end upstairs. The kids, the grandchildren, can spy on you. You guys get to bed. We got a big day tomorrow of fishing. Overlooking your dining room from another angle. See how it's all open? Your living room is too. That's a Vermont Castings Vigilant wood heater. Plus you have electric zoned heat for all the areas. You listen to loons at night. You wake up, you can hear the water lapping at shore, telling you, come on, get up, let's get out on the water. Bedrooms on each end upstairs. An open staircase, but lots of banisters for protection. Really wide catwalk. It's not like walking the plank narrow or dangerous. The back bedroom. You're right, doesn't get the same view, not as close to the lake, but it's got lots of privacy. Same exposed purlins, even has a TV. So this gives you the idea of cathedral. That definitely is part of this Maine log home. Maine lakefront log homes don't come up every day in the real estate inventory. Please ask questions, make comments down below, and let us know what you wonder about. Nothing like a wood fire going after tramping out on a cool fall day or ice fishing in the winter, snow sledding. Built right, for safety, longevity, with brick. Behind it, and a hearth. You're right, you're not going to use that a lot around the 4th of July. Your campfire is your replacement fire. For making s'mores, cooking a hot dog, or just getting the positive ions at night under the stars. They replaced the electric water heater with an on-demand gas unit, and in the space where the water heater was, they put a stackable washer-dryer. I'll show you that in a minute. Just wanted to demonstrate the kitchen made with pine cabinets with the same wood floors. Appliances, furnishings, it's going to stay except for items of personal nature. Here's the washer-dryer, the stackable. Take your bar of ivory, head out into the lake, the biggest bathtub, over 16,000 acres. On the wall, the sign, what happens at camp, stays at camp. No one knows you're up here unless you spill the beans or invite them to come up on vacation. 1,224 square feet. Just 2 bedrooms, Andy? I didn't say that. Here's a first floor bedroom off the staircase. The same wood floors. I think there's cedar, brown ash, knotty pine, all kinds of native woodwork in this one. Real wood. Everywhere, not particle board or wafer board. This one has closets, storage, those 2 storage sheds. There's your circuit panel. I'm glad this listing came up when it did, and I know a lot of you folks out in the audience have been looking for a Maine waterfront, especially a log home, for a long time. You could go buy a lot. Some of the people want 300 grand just for the lots. Then you got to do the septic. You got to be 100 feet back. You got to get the earthwork done. Then you pour the concrete. Got to get someone to put it up. And the contractor says, oh, I can help you, but I'm 2 years out. Geez, your life's on hold. You want to retire. Or you're not retiring for, say, 4 or 5 years. This is your second home that you rent out when you're not using it. But make sure you black out the dates that you want, because otherwise it'll rent just like that. We get calls all the time. Anything to rent, especially on East Grand Lake. Name your price. How come? Would you want to stay at a motel for $150 a night? Or would you rather be out here with 165 feet of frontage on a peninsula with no traffic, kayaks, kids happy, riding bikes? Yeah, that's an easy answer to where would you want to be. I'd like to be here up to camp, below radar, where you can get away, stop the world from turning for a few days or a week. You have an in and out driveway, so you don't have to back up. No one's hitting anybody. By mistake, I know. Here's your storage sheds, wood sheds, where you put the water toys. See the new standing seam roof? These are cedar logs, Katahdin cedar log home. There's camp. Here's where you can put your boat in, your right of way. See your wharf? It's a lot gentler on this side of Chadwick Point, Davenport Cove. Watch that last step. She's a doozy. Now they roll this out, put it into place. Rideouts is right across this Davenport Cove. I'm Maine Realtor Andy Moores. What do you think of the Maine Lakefront log home? I think it's pretty special too. If you need help with financing, what's your puzzle piece that we can help you get solved? It's always a timing problem, or this is the best time for this to come up. Reach out to your brother and sister and Uncle Bob. Let's join forces, have a family compound. Yeah, there's room to bring a camper and set it up. We've got the power, we've got the space. There's no repairs needed on this Maine Lakefront log home. Don't forget to look down below for more information beyond just the square footage and frontage on the lake. We put everything down under there so you don't have to wait for answers to questions. Please share this video. Please also consider subscribing to our video channel if you're brand new and this is your first video that you've stumbled onto. Stick around, there's more videos about Waterfront coming up right after this one. We know you only have so much time to binge on Maine real estate, especially the log home Maine lakefront kind.